Andrew here, and I'm tired. There's a saying in sport that you're never really in a slump and you're never really out of a slump. Except maybe for, was it the 1995 Red Wings who won every single regular season game on their way to being swept and disposed of in the most humiliating fashion in the final by the New Jersey Devils? Well, not important. The idea behind you're never really in a slump or you're never really out of a slump is that you're on a winning streak, you're on a losing streak. You're never really in a slump. You're on a losing streak, but if you extend the window far enough back, there's enough wins in there that it's not truly a slump. And then if you're never really out of a slump, you got a few wins together, but then you back it up a few games and you get enough losses in there and you're not, maybe you're at 500 after all and you're never really out of a slump. What does this have to do with old Andrew and being tired? I don't think I've slept more than 5.5, 6 hours in 2 weeks. One of the most crushing things about depression is that it's exhausting. And the cruel, it's not an irony, but the cruel thing about it is you are always exhausted and at the same time you can't sleep. And I can't sleep. I go to bed at night and I've been staying up past my normal bedtime because I'm not tired enough to get to sleep. And then I lie down in bed and I stare at the ceiling, I stare at the wall. I don't want to wake my wife up. She needs her rest. But at the same time, I don't want to wait until I'm so dead exhausted that I'm going to wake her up, that I, get to bed at midnight or 1 a.m, and that's been happening. And I sneak in and try to get to sleep. But I don't want to go to bed when she does, because then I spend 2 hours tossing and turning. And as I say, it's just tiring. I finish my work day and I don't have the energy to do anything. You may have noticed I haven't really been around very much the last couple weeks. And it's not because I'm too busy. It's not because I'm not motivated to talk to you. It's because I'm just tired. I suppose I'm not motivated to talk to you. It's the weird thing. Did you ever see... I can't remember. It was a Jennifer Aniston movie, and in it, her boyfriend didn't want to help with the dishes, and so he said, "Well, I'll help with the dishes." And she says, "No, you don't want to help with the dishes." "Yes, well, I'll help with the dishes." "Well, I want you to want to help with the dishes." Well, nobody wants to do that, but that's the thing, is that I want to be motivated. I'm motivated to be motivated, but I'm not motivated, sort of thing. And I have these ideas, and there's so much crap going by, so many things that I can comment on the passing scene, but I just can't be bothered to take out my phone or set up my computer and press start recording and talk. And how tired, how awful do you figure you have to feel that you can't talk into a camera for 5 minutes? And that's the way it's been. And that's the soul-crushing thing about dementia. I'm not dementia? About depression. I'm not in a crisis. I'm not in despair. I'm not thinking about harming myself. But I'm also not pulling myself out. I'm not moving myself forward. I have writing to do. I have recording to do. I have audio recordings. I have more podcast episodes that I want to get laid down before I actually put it up. These things that I have to do. And all I have the energy for is to get myself through the workday. I think I'm coming out of it. I feel like I'm trapped in a gravity well. I'm being sucked into a black hole, but I'm not deep enough down that I'm past the event horizon and can't get out, but I'm deep enough down that the energy that I have isn't enough to get me back out into free fall, into space and moving again. If you're not a physics dork, sorry, terrible analogy, I suppose. But what I'm really saying is, going back to the sports analogy, I'm not really in a mental health crisis, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not really out of a mental health crisis. I feel a little better today, and I'm hoping I'll feel a little bit better tomorrow. You can probably guess by my recording studio that it's Thursday night and it's piano lesson night for the kids. It gives me a chance to at least make some recordings. We'll see what happens. Trying something new. You can see I rotated the camera. I'm not sure I like it, but a buddy of mine tells me you want to go with landscape, not portrait, so I'm going to give it a whirl. We'll see how it comes out. But in the meantime, if you're having trouble, carry on. Keep on keeping on. And maybe through the routine, you'll find your way through to the other side. That's what I'm hoping for me. I'll keep you informed. I'll let you know how it all comes out.